Hi, my name is Jarrett Cunningham.
My name is Mike Miller.
My name is Muhammad Naras.
My name is Madeline Jones, and today
We're going to talk to you
About Wastr.
But first, we think very little about our consumption and our waste. We throw it in a bin, it gets collected into a bigger bin, and it begins to pile up far, far away. If it's lucky enough to be made from metal, glass, or plastic, it can be thrown into a blue bin, where it can then be recycled. Simple, right? It's been a fairly consistent method of disposal since the 20th century. It took off during a time of economic prosperity where we thought it passable and in fact fashionable to consume and to live a more disposable lifestyle. Since then, the management and removal of waste has grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry, putting a price tag on the weight of your trash. But have we ever stopped to consider why we have these systems or how well they work? Have we truly considered what the life of our trash is like?
historically, trash and human waste was simply thrown into the streets. As cities became more populated and diseases began spreading more rapidly, humankind came to the realization that throwing waste into the streets was largely contributing to the decrease in the quality of life. By the late 1800s, cities created garbage collection and disposal systems using horse-drawn carts to collect the garbage and dispose of it into open dumps, incinerators, or at sea. The precursor to the modern landfill was first tried in California in 1935, where trash was thrown into a hole in the ground and then was periodically covered with dirt. Over the years, the American Society of Civil Engineers, the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act, and the EPA have published and updated guidelines for sanitary landfills. Altogether, landfills make up one of the largest contributors towards greenhouse gas emissions, following closely behind the oil industry and agriculture. The rapid nature of garbage production means that trash can be stacked on top of itself multiple times over, until anaerobic conditions create methane gas, which is 30 times more potent than carbon dioxide in its ability to trap heat. The United States generates more than 258 million tons of municipal solid waste each year, which would fill enough garbage trucks to reach halfway to the moon. Around 1/3 of this gets recycled, some is burned for energy, and the rest is sent to landfills. On average, humans produce around 4.1 pounds of garbage every day. For Americans, that would mean we throw away our weight in trash roughly every 47 days. On top of this, much of the content that does get sent to recycling ends up being thrown away due to contamination, which was exacerbated by the Chinese ban of foreign plastics back in 2018. Furthermore, much of the trash that we create today will exist for hundreds of years after use, long after we, and generations of people after us, will be gone. This will deplete vast amounts of resources and space in the areas where they reside.
We have to consider the ultimate driving force for this trash production: consumption. At its core, consumption is a transfer of energy throughout a chain, which can be forms, objects, or beings. Every action we take requires energy, whether it's moving from place to place, building structures and products, general maintenance, or even simply existing. Throughout time, we've managed to discover fantastic advancements in the world of technology, but it's come at the cost of a large portion of our natural resources, our atmosphere, and our quality of life. And a large portion of this consumption has been by design, through planned obsolescence, marketing towards status or functionality, and ease of access. This further accelerates the depletion of our raw resources in the process. When we consume, we likely don't think through how we dispose of it afterwards. And therein lies the problem: our inability to consume mindfully. This issue requires a shift in how we think about trash and how it impacts both our daily lives and the health of the planet and its ecosystems.
Our group began to ask if we can redesign the patterns and behaviors that make us waste so heavily. The idea was simple: give people a way to keep track of their waste habits, and promote the idea of conservation of resources and reduction of materialism. Enter Wastr. Wastr is a unique concept in the world of disposal by actively monitoring your household's waste collection, tallying up each day, week, and month to see how much you are throwing away, as well as estimating your impact on the environment. Now, the idea of a smarter garbage can is not a new concept. Other trash cans have existed with some interesting additions, But many fail to give the trash can more of a brain, opting for style over function. That is why we opted to create a can that fit both bills. With rechargeable panels composed of light-sensitive plant matter, a sleek aluminum frame that's easy to clean, infrared sensors for opening the garbage can, and yes, measuring your waste. We can also utilize CRISPR technology in our bags. With the Wastr bags, we will integrate genetically modified strains of bacteria that activate in anaerobic conditions, specifically when methane gas is emitted. Once achieved, the bag and the contents within will rapidly disintegrate, with the bacteria eating away at both the methane and the contents around it. This will allow for not only quicker disposal of the garbage bag, but also for the contents within, allowing your waste to be consumed safely within a short span of a couple of years versus decaying for decades. Wastr works smarter to provide a sustainable and cleaner garbage experience for the household, reassessing how humans can think about garbage. Wastr is the smart trash can that can help you produce less trash. This product of biodesign can save us from the overconsumption we experience in our daily lives. Right?
While developing Wastr, we realized that it introduced a new set of problems regarding its paradoxical existence. This idea that we have to physically manufacture and purchase a device to achieve sustainability. We need that thing, the magic miracle worker that makes us feel good about what we're doing for the environment.
Yeah, so there's a term out there, they call it greenwashing. So where a company is basically trying to show on the front that they're doing these efforts to protect the environment when in fact they're not, or it's in their financial interest to do it. You'll see the tagline made with recyclable materials, but that can mean anything. Then it could be 1% recycled. What is that percentage? Or is it like the whole thing is made from recyclables, but it's just this tiny component?
Even if these items are produced from mostly compostable or reused material, their production speaks towards a larger culture that we've become accustomed to. One that values convenience and disposability over sustainability. We've seen the rise of the smartphone, overnight shipping, e-cigarettes, bigger cars, and even more plastics than ever before.
But we all respond to and need to a certain extent and are dependent on convenience. So, none of us are going to go out and live in a way where we're not a connected society.
They're in our homes, offices, our restaurants, and public gathering spaces. We've been sold a lifestyle of excessive consumption, which harms not only the environment, but our health as well. The real problem is that we're not mindful about the consequences of our consumption. Awareness is the solution. Biodesign assumes that every problem requires a solution in the form of a product. The reality is that most of these products treat symptoms, not the cause. We consume these products, then we dispose of them, which introduces an entirely new set of problems. We are living in a time where doing less is the solution to some of the problems outside of our consumption. The collective approach to tackling the COVID-19 pandemic has been to have people stay home. Luckily, the solution for human consumption is not nearly as extreme. It's as simple as consuming mindfully. Rather than trying to manufacture a solution, we have to redesign and re-engineer our approach. No, this will not be fixed with another thing. Our thinking needs to be biodesigned. If we want to dream of a sustainable future, we need less, not more, and we need everyone on board. This may require and necessitate a sacrifice of our own convenience, our culture, and our way of life. We need a new way of being. Only then can we solve the problem of our idle consumption.
Something is beginning to crack. People hoard all this because they don't have anything else, but they don't really believe in it, and they kill to get it. That proves the moral bankruptcy, which translates itself into the actual bankruptcy of the world in which we live. We have yet to understand that if I am starving, you are in danger. When people think that my danger makes them safe, they're in trouble.